Hello all, welcome to Tech Business. In this video, you will understand the structure of JWT token or JWT token, right? So if you haven't seen my previous video, in that video I have discussed about the like why and how we use the JWT token. And in this video, we are going to understand the structure of this token so that we are aware that how it is structured and how we can interpret any JWT token. So a typical JWT token look like this. So you can see that it is like it is having a three parts, right? So you can see there are two periods over here. So first part is the red one, and the second part is the purple one, and third part is the blue one. So each part has its own significance that we are going to see, and we can see the understand the meaning of these parts from its website itself. So let's open that. To understand the structure of JOT token, this is the best website. So you can come here and click on the debugger. So when you click on the debugger, you can see this JOT token over here and the various parts of it. So as we have seen earlier that there are three parts of JOT token. So first part is the header. So in the header, we keep the algorithm and token type, and the actual data or the values which are exchanged between the client and server are part of the second part. So basically the payload is where you keep all data to be exchanged between the server and the client. So here you can see that we have this subject ID and the name of the user who was authenticated and the issued at. Okay, so I mean this is like a small list, but as per the requirement of application, you can add more and more values over here. So first two part of the token makes basically the values which are exchanged between the client and server. So now you will be thinking that okay, so everything is out in the open, right? So whatever data we are exchanging, anybody can basically see, because ultimately what we are doing, we are just doing the encoding of, like we are doing the base 64 encoding of data and putting it like this. So so if there is some data which is confidential, for example passwords or SSN number, so we should not keep in the payload itself, right? Because anybody can simply decode that and get the values from the token itself. So now once the server is able to authenticate the user at first time, for second time it says to client, okay, now you are authenticated, so I'm sending you a token, this JOT token. So next time when you want to access the application, you can send me this back, so I will be able to verify. But now the thing is that how server is able to verify. So we can see that there is a third part of a token also, that is the signature part. So if you see closely over here, you can see the house server is creating this third part basically. So it take input of the first two parts. So basically the header and the payload are here. So it will basically encode as a base 64 encoding of header plus dot. Then again it will concatenate the payload after the encoding it, right? And now the third part you can see here, this is server secret, right? So server's secret is only known to server, it is not known to anybody else, right? So whatever third part it is creating, that is the part which is not out in the open, but first two parts are out in the open. Anybody who can get hold of this JWT token, they can simply decode and view them. But now suppose I want my server to have this key as a top secret, right? So now this value, which is basically the my password or secret key, right? It's only known to my server, not to anybody else. So now, uh, once after user is authenticated and send back this token, and in the next interaction with the server, the client send back this token. Now, server is going to verify, okay, the data which was earlier sent is same or not, because if there is some malicious actor, right, and he want to tamper this token and utilize some malicious intent, right? So for that, uh, when they change something in first two token, right, first two value strings, right, that will not going to match the third part, because third part input is coming from the first two parts only, right? If you again see here how secret is being created by the server, we are encoding the header and payload, and using this SHA algorithm, right? Algorithm is also out open, right? SHA 256 algorithm, but this password or secret is known to only to the server. So that's why if any tampering is done, then any server can verify, okay, this token is not correct, and reject the authorization request from the client. So this is how the JWT token structure is there, and one should keep in mind that data is not encrypted form, so any data which is sensitive should not be passed out open. But and also JWT token is utilized for the authorization and not for authentication. So this is how we can utilize this JWT token and understand these structures. So I hope the structure is clear now. Now let's understand the typical exchange of token between the client and the server. So initially, client has to authenticate itself, so it will send its ID and password in the request. So after it is being authenticated, the server will create the JWT token using that same method, right? Taking the header and the payload as the input, and using its secret, it will create a JWT token and send back to the client. Now, client maybe it can store the dot token in local, or maybe store in the cookie. But while again trying to access some resources on server, it has to send that token into the request itself. So in typical HTTP request, what we do, we use the key value pair, right? So when we want to send back the token, we use the authorization key, and value will be like bearer, but it with the token, right, which was received by the client, server. So now, once a server receives this token, it verifies whether that your token is correct or not. And if it is verified and validated, then it will send back a response to the client. So now let's understand how the server is verifying the signature. So whenever, I mean, we know that the JWT token has three parts, right? That header part, payload, and the signature. So once a server receives this JWT token from client, it will take up the first two values and compute the signature using its own secret, which is only known to server, and then it will compare this secret or this signature key, right, from what was sent by the client. If both matches, it means that the JWT token which was sent by client is valid. Otherwise, it was tampered somehow. So reject the request. So now I think it is now clear how JWT token are exchanged and how server verifies signature. and the JWT token. And then the question come in our mind that, okay, your token is out in the open, right? If somebody can steal our JOT token, right, and maybe they can impersonate us. For example, if there is a server which has given some JOT token to the client to store it and use it for the future exchanges. But if there is some malicious actor or threat actor that can get the JOT token, and maybe because there is no way server can understand whether this JOT token has been sent by the legitimate user or by some hacker. So how do we stop it, right? So it is really difficult in the context of JOT token, because I mean, server has no means to understand whether JOT token sent by the user or sent by the hacker. It can just verify a JOT token whether JOT token is correct or not, right? So, but there are some ways like maybe you can utilize the list of the JOT tokens which were invalid. So for a user, if user is aware that okay, my JOT token was stolen by some hacker, they can inform the server, please mark this JOT token as invalid. So as a first step, a server will be verifying the whether JOT token is not part of that blacklist, and then we'll go ahead with the other step. So this is one way. Another way is that we can use the JOT token mechanism with like using the HTTPS secure communication, and maybe we can also encrypt it while data in transit. So because in transit, if somebody can listen to our conversation, they are unable to get anything because it's encrypted. And also maybe we can utilize the OAuth mechanism. So sometime in some implementation, I have seen that the auth and JOT token both work together so that we get a very secure kind of exchange between the client and the server. So this is about the JOT token. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Please leave comments or questions, and please subscribe my channel as well if you like it. Thank you.